The studio came to me. And when I say the studio, Jerry Wayne is the studio. He said, I got a role that I think you were born to play. His name's Robert. I said, whoa, stop right there. I'm in.
What's character and what's Joe Hursley? Like, how much do you bring to the character? I mean, was Rob a stretch for you to play? I mean, total different guy, or
Night and day. It's like comparing bananas and banana peels. Rob is the actual banana inside, and I'd peel away some layers. Joe Hursley grows on trees. Joe Hursley's, they don't grow on trees. There's only one. It's me. But when I jump into a role, I like to say, like, pretend I'm a migrant worker on a banana farm. I like to go by and say those are ripe, and I'll slice them down, and then I'll peel away me.
right, right? So
Completely different. Rob is a druggie. A lot of times, to remind myself that I was a druggie, I'd be a druggie. A lot of times I'd use the C pin, which is a clothespin. It was my own method that I came up with, and I would just attach it. I would attach it on my nipple, and it would remind me to feel the pain. It would remind me to, dig deep into a cavern that a lot of times your flashlight, your headlight, whatever, didn't work, and there's a lot of dark places you have to go as an actor in that cavern. And I started preparing for the role about 16 years before I actually got the audition. Alan White's from Australia. I don't know how he got over here. It's not my business. The business is he's over here. And he reached into a hat, which we will refer to as casting tapes. And he pulled out a magic rabbit that we'll refer to as Joe Hursley. And he would come into a scene a lot of times very forcefully, and he would say, I love what you're doing. Just don't do it. Don't do that. You know, uh, a lot of times I would say, okay, since it's his picture and stuff. But he was great. Jerry Wayne, who kind of got this puppy up and running. He was another guy who Jerry. Just so you know, I like the vision of Robert. Sorry, but in the end, I want to make some choices, and so I rewrote a third of the script, and it never got used. So we went back to the original script, but I rewrote it and showed the extra effort. A lot of end of the line. Put a lot of coal in the train, a lot of gold coal in the train, but it's only going to chug a choo choo until you put dynamite on the tracks. And a lot of times, I was my own dynamite. Jeremy Sisto was a dream to work with. He's a fellow MA, which is a method actor, and I learned a lot by watching him before the movie. He had no idea that I was taking notes. Heather, so she loved sharing my iPod, and I'd always say, you know what, take the right channel, because those were mostly guitar riffs, and I'm a bass man, so I get a lot of the bass, she'd get a lot of guitar, but when our eyes met, it was a lot of the same song. She's a great actress, though. Her work. She's she's not. She gave me her number. She gave me her number. She came out to. We were going to meet for lunch. She had some auditions. I play hardball. So when craft service came on set, they were bringing a lot of barbecue, a lot of heavy stuff. Hey, why don't you hit me over the head with that hammer over there and bring me down? I've got a lot of things I need to pull out in this scene, and I don't need Brisket saying, "Hey, I'm your anchor," you know. So I set up my own craft services. I had my own table. I made a little note. It was in a Sharpie. I put Joe Hursley's, don't touch. And no one even, tried to, no one touched it. but just so they knew, and it was mostly organic fruits and stuff, kiwis, which was Alan White was like, oh, are you trying to make fun of me because I'm from Australia? I'm a Kiwi, like, it's in your head, but it was subliminal.
Wow.
Brian Edding, he was producer, executive producer. Was he? What kind of producer?
Producer.
A producer. He total showboat. He would stop me in the middle of scenes and say, "Those are Jake's lines," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." Well, I wasn't stealing his lines. He said, "No, the coke that you have in your pocket, those are Jake's lines, just so you know where to come from in the scene." And I said, "Actually, this is my coke. Jake's is over here." But regarding the scene lines, he said, "Stop saying Jake's lines." I said, "Well, I thought we wanted the scene to move a little faster. If I've got to run past it and break the ribbon, when I'm running the race and break that ribbon myself and say, hey, catch up because I don't have time to tie your shoes. Get some Velcro or something." That's what we do. That's what we did. That's who we are. That's who I am.